Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me. So I'm back to do, it's kind of a shop your trash, but again it's different. That's my dog, he just wants to join in and say hello. So I've got a bunch of these. These are paper bags or parts of paper bags, and these are from when I did a couple of videos, I think it was in January, when I was doing some paper bag pockets, and this was me figuring out what to do with the paper bags ready for the video. And I would consider these failed projects because they're just bits of paper bag folded up, and I don't know what I was doing with these things. They're just, I mean, what even is this? Like, this must be the bottom of a paper bag, which is like, you know, ripped, and yeah. So I want to make these into things rather than, you know, they've just been sitting there on my desk since January, would you believe, not being anything. So really what I'm going to do is sit down today and start getting them turned into things, and if there's time to decorate in this video, we'll do that. If not, I can do a part 2. But yeah, I just want to get moving and just do something with these. And of course, I don't really know where to start, so I'm just going to familiarise myself with what I've even got here. So this is the bottom of a paper bag, so that can be, we can turn that into one of those pockets, which is probably what I was testing with that one, so that's okay, that's kind of already a thing. So this is just ripped and everything. We could maybe turn it up and have like a normal paper bag pocket. Like if I put a new fold in it, like that. So we've got a pocket here, and then maybe we could have like a side pocket where this is already open. And then of course, you know, don't worry about how this looks, because we can completely cover these if they're not looking good. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is just tidy up this side as best I can. Hopefully that's straight. Like that. Yeah, that looks better. And then I just want to get rid of these rips and tears, because that's not really me. So yeah, I'm sure we're all sitting on things like this where we've just got stuff left over, or failed projects, or just things that we've been trialing and testing and folding and all the rest of it. So yeah, I just thought I was going to sit down and work on these. Okay, so that's tidied that up a bit. So I'm gonna go ahead and glue it. Whoops. It's running away from me. It doesn't want to be a thing. You will be a thing. There we go. And as I say, where this has got tears and folds and all sorts going on, I'm just going to cover it. And then I'm going to close up this side. Oh, I feel like I'm pulling everything to me. Sorry if I am. Elbows out, Justine. There we go. And then I just want to just give this a little bit of a burnish down, because it's so yeah, maybe I could use my scraps on this as well. I'm doing a scrap busting project in June. Okay, so now we've got a side pocket there, we've got a pocket in the front, and then we've still got these bits open, which could be for something else, couldn't it? So I'm gonna put some glue along this side inside as well, and then we can have 3 pockets in one little paper bag. That's okay. It's good enough for me. That's a thing. I'll ink around all of these soon as well. Yeah, okay. Right, we have a thing. We have 2 things. Well, one of them was already done, so I won't cheat. We have 1 thing. 2 things to play with. Okay, so then we've got this, which could be, how wide is that? Let's see. Just over 5 inches. So it's probably a little bit wide for a normal journal, but it could work for a file folder. So what I'm going to do is just tidy up the bottom, just where it wasn't straight, and I'll do the same up top actually, just to be sure. Yeah. And then what we can do on this one is have a policy closure, so 2 circles there, so that would open up, and the whole thing can be a pocket, can't it? So I want to close up the bottom. I'm going to close it up the whole way because I don't think I'm going to use those side bits as pockets. So yeah, I hope this will be interesting. As I say, this is just me figuring things out, and well, yeah, it's a shop your trash. Okay, so let's grab some circles. Do you think I have got some nice colours? Let's have a look. So I'm trying it with the circles, but I'm not liking how that's looking. So I think what I'm going to do instead of a policy closure is I'm going to do some eyelets. So let's, just going to bring the 2 pieces together to make my hole, and that will then mean that they're kind of in the same place. So I'm just eyeballing it for where I think is middle-ish. And then let's grab a couple of eyelets. What colour should I go with? I have got some pink ones, which I never use. Let's see. Okay, I've got the eyelets in. I just went with pink that would blend in a little bit. And then I was thinking, I've got some ribbon here, which might be a nice contrast. So do we maybe want 2 pieces? Hopefully this will be long enough, so let's pop these in. Hopefully you can tell I am making all of this up on the spot. But that's sometimes how I work best with stuff like this, where I don't really know what I'm doing with it and it's just a pile of things. I find it easier to just sit there and go with it, you know, go with what I feel it should be, without, you know, so much planning. I've just got to be careful not to do that. So then those would tie in the middle. I should have done a longer ribbon. That's okay. So something like that. I'll probably make the ribbons longer, but that's okay. And then I'm just trying to decide what to do with the middle. So this is going to be a big pocket here, that would be a large journal card. And then I don't know whether to make this, you know, it could be a writing spot, or we could have a little pocket across there, which I think I prefer the idea of. So I'm going to want something that would go with that, and I'm thinking book page. so let me see what I've got in my scraps. Okay, I've got some book page, and I just redid the ribbon. So what I've done is I've tied it around the back, through the eyelets, and just with a bow in the middle, just like that. So I think that's a lot neater. Okay, right, let's I've got some book page here that I've folded into two, like folded over, and that's just to strengthen it a bit. It's a thickish book page anyway, but at least now it's you know, definitely going to be all right. And I thought that just in there, and then you can sort of see the book page through, but I think I want it, yeah, that's right. And obviously it wants decorating. I'm not going to leave the book page just like that. But I do want to ink it. Yeah, I'll probably get all my bases done today, and then I think I will sit down in a part 2 and decorate them, because I think you get into like a frame of mind with this type of stuff where you have like a part of your brain that is like figuring out what to do logically with these pieces, and then your artistic brain can then do the embellishing. That's how I work anyway. So that's just going to go there. I think that's middle-ish. Yeah. I don't know if I should have put a thumb notch in, but then equally I don't really want to make that decision until I come to decorate, because I don't know what's going to go on the front of here. Some scraps or an image or something, I don't know. So we've got the big pocket open here. I'm just trying to decide whether to close up these two edges here, which I think I shouldn't I? That's what I think. So I'm just gonna shove some glue in there. So yeah, I think I will aim to get all of the paper bags bases done today, and then yeah, we'll do a part 2 and decorate them up. As I say, it's nice then to sit down and decorate things in one go, because then you can kind of get them to go together, especially as it's all I've only got 2 different paper bags here, so they'll be decorated similarly. Alright, so that's 2 pockets in one, and then of course the whole thing can be a pocket if we want it to be. See, I'll faff with the bow, but you know, essentially that's going to be tied in the middle. I think that looks really nice. I just want to run some tape across the back, because if you do slip things in the back of it, then we're going to want, we don't want that ribbon to get in the way. Oh, I didn't realise how wide the ribbon is. It's almost the width of my tape. In that case then, I might have to go, actually, tell you what, sorry. I was just thinking what I'll do is I'll go like that. Yeah. And then I'll put another piece there. It's the morning, so I'm still I'm still grappling with brain power. Just get those little bits there. At least then, if we do end up slipping things in the back of it, you know, nothing will catch on that ribbon. Oh, that looks lovely. It's like a wedding invitation. So yeah, as I say, we'll decorate properly, but at least I've got a base of something. So we've got a pocket in the back, and then the book page pocket that we've added. So that's that one. I'm just going to move those over so they're not in my way. Right, what's next? So I've got one side folded here and this. I mean, there's lots of things that we could do with this. We could have like some kind of ephemera holder where that's a side pocket, and then we can add like a belly band or something there. The other part of me is thinking if we were to cut that in two, we could then have two paper bag pockets like we had in the beginning. So I think I will do that. So let me just see how wide this is. 7.5, so that would be, what, 3 3/4 each. So if we go there, I think that will be middle-ish. They don't have to be exact. This one wants coming down anyway, actually, to be fair. That's okay. Yeah. And as I say, we can cover up those folds and things. Just want to neaten this one up, and here as well. Just going to give those a burnish. Like so. Yeah, that looks fine. So we want to, again, run some glue just like so. And then this time I'll close up the front pocket because it's really small, so I don't think you're going to get much in there. And just trying to decide whether to open it at the top or have a side open again. I think we'll go with the side opening just because I feel like you can fit quite a long card. You know, it's a good amount of space, I think. That's what I'm thinking. So yeah, these won't look like much in this video. So don't expect miracles today, but when we decorate them, I think they're going to look really nice. So with this one, we've got the side pocket and then the pocket in the front. Yeah. So I suppose we'll do the same thing with this one then. And this time I will have the left-hand side open, so I don't have everything everything opening on the same side. I have to be quite conscious of that when I'm doing things, because I naturally, and I'm sure all of us are like it really, many of us are like it, we naturally gravitate towards, you know, certain sides. Oops. Okay, so again we've got a pocket in the front, and this time we've got a nice big opening here. So I hope more than anything, this might be giving you ideas, but more than anything, what I hope it's doing is reminding you that nothing is a failed project. Sometimes they just need a rethink, and that's all, you know. Right, so these two are the same sort of thing. So I've got, this is the whole entire paper bag, which looks like I've glued this part into like a little like mini tuck, and then the paper bag is open, but I've glued the gussets closed. What was I doing? Have I done the same thing here? Oh, this one's completely closed at the top. That one doesn't open at all and has that same thing. What could I do with these? Okay, so I think I'm going to end up doing different things with each of these because this one is open here. But I've got these two little flappy things. I don't know what I was doing. So I think on this one I actually need to commit to gluing that gusset down. So I'm just going to shove some glue in there and glue, essentially I'm gluing the gusset, sorry, to the back of the bag. So this is what I mean, is like there's so many things where you'll just be playing around with stuff and folding envelopes and paper bags and whatever you've got in your stash. And yeah, so many of us do this, and then we sort of don't really know what to do with the pieces after. So this one has a little side tuck there, and there's actually some room here. So I'm thinking this one now has a sensible pocket in the front. So that could be a little booklet, a little notebook, because it's already folded. So maybe that is what I was trying to do with it. So we'll add some pages to that, and then we can, you know, decorate the cover, and I'll probably cover this whole piece where we've got the folds of the paper bag. So, you know, maybe if I use some scrapbook paper, that can still be a pocket, but then this can be covered up, and we could even put a belly band, maybe. Okay, so that one's that one. This one is a little bit more of a mess, where I've glued it completely closed here, and I've tried to do some kind of like tri-fold thing, but with this being a pocket, there's no, if this had pages in, there wouldn't be any room to use that as a pocket. So I don't know what I was doing. So what I'm tempted to do, I'm just gonna go for it and see what happens, because I have no idea, you know, what this is gonna be. So like what is this gonna do? So I'm gonna cut off that bit. I'm just gonna chop it off. I'm gonna look at that in a minute. Okay, right. So what have we got? We've got paper bag open there. We could maybe fold that up and just have it, you know, this wide paper bag, so then we'll have a pocket in the front and in the top. I think that's probably the most sensible thing with that one. So again, because I've started to glue these gussets, I'm going to commit and glue the gusset to the back. I don't know why I was gluing the gussets. I have no idea. I don't know. But it feels good to sit down and actually do this, and you know, these are going to be usable pieces once we're finished with them, so that's a good thing. Yeah, I think that's straight. So it naturally wants to fold there, so I'm just going to go with it. And it's a little bit thick, but that's okay. Just going to give that a really good burnish down. Yeah, and then I think I can see that it's slightly not straight, so I'm just going to tidy that up. Is that better? Yeah, I think that's better, and then just ink that. Okay, and then we can glue the two sides again. So I hope this is interesting to see. As I say, it's unknowable at this point whether these videos are helpful to see, because at the end of the day, I'm not showing you anything specific. It's not a tutorial. It's very much a craft with me, and it's a I don't even know what I'm doing until I sit down to do it. But I hope that's not too wide. Let's just have a little look. Glue, glue. Let's just see. Oh yeah, it's just over 5 inches. So although it'll be, you know, too wide for most of my journal pages, it will be fine for a folio, or even the front or back of a normal journal. So now we've got a pocket in the front, if I would just let it glue, and then that pocket in the back, and then that's just calling out for some decoration, isn't it? So there we go. Okay. Right, what did we leave? So this is the bit that got cut off. It's the bottom of a bag, and it's glued together. I mean, that opens. Look at it, it's like an envelope. That's what it looks like. Okay, what I'm going to do is, I think this back piece is adding quite a lot of bulk, but I don't know if I can detach it from the front, because that looks fine if I glue those things down again. Right, so I'm going to go for it. I'm just going to cut down the 2 sides. Okay, so that's opened that. Right, okay. Get rid of that. What's this? What if I do that? Okay, so I've opened up the bag essentially. Right. So then I can take that off. Oh, I've opened it up almost completely, apart from this bit, because that's where I glued it. Okay. I mean, I could do anything with this now. Can't I? I don't want to see the white. And obviously that's a bit of a if I move this fold to be there, that could then be a side tack. That would be okay. Right, so I think to make it easier for myself, I'm just going to take off the tatty bits. Okay, that's better. And then I think I'm going to fold over this tatty edge just to strengthen that, and also to hide the tattiness, because that's where my pocket is going to go. And then we can just cover up these lines with some nice papers, can't we? Okay, so let's glue that little flap down. Oops. I mean, there's so many things. They're like envelopes, you know, when you actually sit down to do this kind of stuff. There's just so many things that you could do. So many things. You'll be like, you know, running with ideas. And same with envelopes, is I always say just, you know, just play around with them. Fold them and see what you can come up with. All right, there we go. Okay, Right, so I need to glue this down, but I want to decide whether I want to keep any of the paper bag open, because we could have a side pocket here and then a top pocket, which I think is what I'm going to do. So when I glue this closed, I'm going to glue it along the bottom, like that. I'm going to make sure that these are not going to get in the way, so I'm going to glue those closed as well. Ideally I would get rid of these completely, but I don't want to risk cutting into the bag even more. I'll probably put some tape actually. Might be easier. And then, yeah, just get all of this glued down. Oh, I've just stuck my hand in the glue. Right, and then we're going to grab some tape. I'm just going to put it down the middle there, because that's going to be where we're most likely going to have things being pulled in and out of. Okay, and get rid of that bit. Okay, I think that's better. Right, so we said glue along the bottom, yeah, and along the side. Okay. And then just for good measure, I'm going to put some tape just along this bit, so that that doesn't get in the way of my side pocket. So then we can then fold that over and have this be a side pocket. So we put glue top and bottom. That's it. Just checking nothing else is open where it shouldn't be. Alright, so we've got now a side pocket and a top loading pocket just in there. Yeah, that's fine. As I say, calling out for some decoration. We're on to the last paper bag. I hear you crying, woohoo, finally. She's going to finish in a minute. No, I hope that it's been interesting. If not, just laughing at me, flapping paper bags left, right and centre, not knowing what to do with them. Right, what was I doing here? So, again, I've glued that closed, and I've done some kind of like envelope thing. Was I trying to make like a, oh, and that's open, so we've got a pocket there. Was I trying to make like a notebook or something? Looks like I've got a spine. So this can either be a little notebook where we have a pocket there and we put our pages in, and then this, I guess, is our closure. Or we can turn it this way and have this be a pocket, and then we could make one of those accordion pouch things. Now, there is a lot of creasing and tattiness on this, so I would want to cover most of this, I think, with papers. So what I'm between those two ideas that I just had, I'm trying to decide which one would mean less covering. And I think it would be the envelope, because you wouldn't see the inside here at all, would you? You would see this front bit, this part, and this bit, and yeah, the back. So I think I will go with that as being the thing that we're gonna make. Especially as we've got this nice big pocket there as well. So I've actually got my book pages here. So I'm gonna look for some music page, I think, because that will be the biggest, the longest thing that I've got. How tall is this? Oh, it's just over 8. So this will go into a journal. You know, most of my journals are 9 inches tall, so that's fine. So I'm just going to grab some music sheet, and then we can go ahead and put the pockets in. Alright, I've got a whole heap here. I think we'll go with 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So that will be 4 pockets in total, because obviously we've already got a pocket in the front. Right, so first things first, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these edges. Just want to make sure I don't want to cut it too small. There. So that's, I think that's the width that I want. Yeah, perfect. I'm doing this as simply as possible with the ruler. I'm being really lazy. And then I want to see where the end of the paper bag is. I don't want to be able to, there we go, I'll do it that way. So I want it to be, I'm just going to just make a mark where the end of that paper bag is, and I want to make my pages slightly smaller than that. Okay. That's fine. Move that out of the way. So let's just check that these fit in nice. Yes, that's just fine. Okay, and then we just want to burnish those down. We're going to make pockets out of these, if it wasn't obvious what I'm doing. I'm making one of those expandable pouch things. I don't actually know what they're called. I keep calling them like accordion pouches, but I don't know if that's really right. Anyway, we're going to glue up the 2 sides, like so. As I say, today is just about getting the bases ready, and then we're going to fancy up everything on a part 2. It just makes it then easier for me to not worry about the length of the video, because it's probably already been like a 30-45 minute video, just me figuring out what I'm going to do with them. So, okay, last one. Okay, so now all of these are pockets. And then just make sure they're all the right way up. So we want the pocket part at the top, the opening at the top. Perfection. And then we're going to grab our first one, and we're just going to run some glue just down the middle-ish, doesn't have to be exact. And then this is going to get glued in to the back. I'm just checking, yeah, I've got that in the right place. So what you get is you get like this expandable thing happening. And And then you take your next one and do the same, glue down the middle. And our last one. And then it's up to you whether you have this open or not. I'm going to close it. So again, I'm going to run glue down the middle and just pop that one up. Okay. So what we should have now is, ta-da! We have our 3 music page pockets and then our extra opening, which we could either keep closed or we can keep it open, which I'm going to keep it open, may as well. And then that's going to be my closure. So probably have an eyelet there, but I want to cover all of this up. I don't think I'm going to keep any of the paper bag, as nice as it is. I mean, I might do some collaging, but it's just because I've got folds and creases and stuff everywhere. But it's a base. It's a base ready to be decorated. So that's that. That was the last one. It was the last paper bag. So I need to remind myself what we've got to work with now. So let me just clear up, and then I'll show you what we've got. All right, so here's what we've got. So these are all my paper bag bases ready to be decorated and finished off. So we've got the accordion pouch that you've just seen me do. So I'm just going to tidy it up a little bit, do some inking, etc., ready for part 2, and then we're going to probably completely cover most of this, but yeah, so that's that one. I love this one. So this one is a pocket in the top, and then we've got the book page pocket in the middle. I'm not going to untie my bow because I'll spend ages trying to tie it back up. And then of course we've got the nice bow decoration. So the bow is probably, well, it really adds bulk, but I don't mind there being the odd bulky thing, just as long as not all of them are. But I think that looks lovely. So that's that one ready to be decorated. And then we've got a whole bunch of simple paper bag pockets, but just done in different ways. So we've got a pocket in the front and a pocket in the, oh no, this is this one, isn't it? This is the side one. Oh, it can go either way. So this is the side loader and the top loader. So that's that one. This is the wide pocket. So we've got a pocket in the front and in the top. Then we've got, again, a pocket in the front, and this time we've got a big pocket in the side. Pocket in the front and on the other side this time. And a pocket in the front and side, and one of them had an extra pocket, didn't it? This one. This has got an extra pocket, the tiniest little secret pocket in there, but that's only because this part was wider than these two. Okay. This one is going to be a notebook. So we've got the side pocket there, and then I just need to put some papers in, and then that can be decorated. And then this is the piece that, well, clearly was already a thing. It just wants turning into these. So I'll probably do this one off screen, because I imagine I'll do it the same way as I've done this, with the torn book page and the fussy cuts and the tab. I imagine that's what that one will look like. I don't know why I didn't do it with the rest of them. Don't ask me. I haven't got a clue. Well, anyway, so that is those. So as I say, this was part 1 of just getting our bases ready. From here, I'm going to do a part 2. Excuse me, sorry, I apologise for my voice. Where some of these bags are going to be completely covered. Other ones are going to be collaged, because obviously the bags themselves are quite pretty. But like some of them, like this one has got so many folds in it that I really am going to have to just completely cover that, I think, and completely cover the bottom, which is a shame, but it is what it is, and at least this way I'll be getting these things used. So I hope that that was okay as a video. I appreciate it's a bit different for me to do things as part 1s and part 2s, but I'm just trying to get into the habit of just sitting down and just get going, just make a start, and not feeling like I have to solve all the world's problems in one video. That's an exaggeration, but you know what I mean. It's like I just wanted to get going. So I will come back for a part 2. I'll put it up as the next video so that you're not waiting, you know, a week or whatever before seeing these completely finished. For now though, I'll say goodbye. I hope that the video is okay, and we'll speak soon. Bye for now.